score can be scary, but with Credit Versio, we take the fear out of it.
Okay, you can do this. Be brave. Don't cry again. Hey, this isn't too bad.
Credit Versio helps dispute negative marks on your credit using our state-of-the-art technology that guides you every step of the way. It's never been easier to fix your credit and increase your credit score. Seriously, you can do this. Visit creditversio.com right now to get started.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him.
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper.
Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm your host, DVP. I'm waiting on my ace, Mo, to join us because he gonna keep me on the up and up. Let me give a quick shout out to Bobby Wilson, who already on here. He ready to start some trouble with me today. So this is what we gonna do. It's the 9th of November, 2022. We done knocked the first part of this election out, and we got a couple of other things going on. So we're gonna just chop it up for a minute. What's up, Ari? Ari's up in here. Sookie now. Oh yeah, we're gonna cause a little trouble. We're gonna cause a little trouble. First of all, like I said, it's November the 9th, 2022. I just want to thank you people. Ari, especially you and Bobby, for coming to spend time with me, sharing your thoughts, keeping me straight, putting me in my place when I need to be, agreeing with me when you think I'm kind of right, making me stay on my P's and Q's. I really appreciate that. I don't ever want y'all to think I take y'all for granted, which is why I love doing this medium, because it allows me to see people as they pop in and speak to y'all and speak back. Like I said, next year we're gonna do a little bit more with the phone calls and stuff. I'm gonna have a few more guests because I know y'all get tired of hearing me, and I caught myself being repetitive in some of my thoughts, and sometimes y'all need to hear some different thoughts and stuff. So I'm gonna get Ari back on here soon so we can talk about some things. And Bobby know what's up. I've been asking him to come on, but let me just start with this. Since we're in the midst of these elections and a lot of places gonna have runoffs, education is paramount. Ignorance in the 21st century is a choice. And I hate to call people ignorant because they don't understand the meaning of the word. It means you don't have the knowledge. Don't mean you're stupid. It just means you don't know. So when you don't know, go ahead and learn. There are things that people have told me that I have a clue about, as opposed to being offended and feeling the need to be defensive. I learned. I talked. We exchanged dialogue. That's what happened with me and Mo. Mo gave me some stuff. He wanted to talk about good policing and bad policing. He got a book. His brother done something. We had an exchange. We didn't agree on everything. That's not what this medium is about. But we can disagree and learn from what we don't know. We don't have to change the way we think, but we broaden our base. And the reason I love having this brother on the show is because he offers a milder perspective. Because sometimes I be in my Shaka Zulu moment, and I need to be brought back just a tad bit. Because there are times that I do feel a certain way. And, we talked about last week, freedom of speech does not take you away from freedom consequences. So yeah, in this medium, there's some things because of the clients that I have that I won't speak on because it will cost me money. Do I want my family to be hungry because of what I believe in? Or can I tone my stuff down to make sure we keep getting paid? I'll tell you up front, I'm about that life. I'm not going to change my lifestyle just to make a few people happy. And I bet anybody who has been in a relationship or a marriage can tell you sometimes what you want ain't as important as what's good for the team. What's up, Shannon Nicole? So you have to learn to respectfully dialogue. And I heard a man say something today on TV. Just because something is true does not mean it always needs to be said. Silence is golden. Remember that. Your grandparents told you that. They were smart. You don't have to say it just because it's true or just because it's on your mind. So, with that being said, I want to say something because I'm in Georgia. And, we got We got an idiot running for Senate against another guy. And you know, it's funny because I'm seeing people saying, Georgia, y'all didn't understand the assignment. Georgia, you had one job. And it's like, do you understand what Georgia is? Georgia is and has always been a white state. We are primarily white people. Atlanta is black. Metro Atlanta is probably 50-50. All these little hick towns we got, all these little country towns we got, they are 90% white. Understand, that's just the way it is. And so Georgia understood the assignment. And if you see how many votes Trump got, you got to realize that Herschel, Marjorie Taylor Greene are going to get a bunch of them. But they're not going to get as many as they got because they just not that, they still not that popular. But there are some people who are true to their respective party, like some of us will vote straight Democrat, even though the Democrat is not the best person for us. And at the end of the day, one of the reasons I don't tell people who to vote for, and I try to stay away from my opinion a lot on who I want to vote for, is because my situation might not be like anybody else's situation. Yeah, I heard you. So I can't tell you what's important to you. You know, me and Roy just had a quick conversation before the show. I'm not feeling Democrats. I'm not feeling Republicans. I got an issue with the way Democrats want to push transgender agendas to the top. I have an issue with abortions. Which one of those two affect me the most? Because both of them agitate the living crap out of me. But I got to start making decisions based on what I see individuals do. And, you know, I was telling somebody, I can ask more questions. If I'm asking more about two candidates, if only the thing he can tell me is why I shouldn't vote for one, but he can't tell me why I should vote for the other one, to me, we're not having a dialogue. He just has hatred for one. Well, why should I vote for so-and-so? Well, the other person did this, this, and this. Which brings me to the thing that I don't understand why so many, and I'm saying this more so with black men, but I've seen a few black women put it. You will not vote for a black candidate who does not talk about reparations. To me, that's stupid. So a white person ain't got to talk reparations and you'll vote for them. But if a black person don't talk about it, you automatically won't vote for them. I'm just not understanding how that works. And I'm going to just use Stacey Abrams first. She could talk about reparations all she wants to. She has no control over that. She is not the agent who can make that happen. But if she talk about it, you're willing to jump on that bandwagon. And that shows how much we like people who say shit we want to hear, whether they can do it or not. She can't make reparations happen. But Brian Kemp ain't even got to bring it up. And you okay with that? I'm confused. Either it's an issue or it's not. It can't be an issue for one somebody, but not the whole collective if we're talking elections.
Let me jump in here.
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to throw this out there because what you said is critical, and we see it. I see exactly what you said a lot in the customer service sector. You know, when you go, you got a certain expectation. When you go into a white establishment, you got a certain expectation for them. Then when you go into a black establishment, you got a certain expectation for them. There should be no difference. You know, when you walk into your brother's establishment, you know, treat them the same way you treat the other establishment. So that kind of parallels exactly what you said about how they, you know, the differences there.
Right. I mean, you think you spend your money at both.
Exactly.
And that's a great example, because I hate when people say, oh, you don't ask white people for discounts. Well, guess what? When I spend my money with white people, and I give the example of me and my brother playing pool, the white guy who owned it opened the table and let us play for free, because he said he sees us in there all the time. He let us play for free. I didn't ask him for nothing. He gave me because he wanted my business back. So I don't know too many true business owners who don't reward repetitive customers. Yeah, even Amazon will throw you a little bone every now and then if you buy X amount of stuff. So knowing the value of your product to your consumer is more important than knowing the value of your product to yourself, because we all think we got a great product. We want top dollar. Mo can make a pair of shoes, but if he try to charge the same price as Jordan and use the comparison of what we do for somebody else, well, Jordan is a proven brand. It's been around for 30 years. Mo just made his brand. It's been around for 35 minutes. So how does he get to charge $250? Because Nike charged $250. And a lot of times we get into that. And I just want us to understand that you can want what you want, but at some point, you got to level the playing field, especially when we're talking about elections. Ask for the same thing for both candidates. And for me, the biggest thing I look for in any candidate is, are you doing what you said? Not what I asked you to, because they run on a platform. The platform ain't based on what you want. The platform is based on the people who contribute the most money and the people who sometimes have the most need. Are they doing what they said? That's all I need to know. Because consistency in your word means more to me than what you do personally for me. And we don't get that. Right, Shannon. That's why they end up in bad relationships, because we just do crazy stuff. What's up, DJ? Who a troublemaker? Why I gotta be there? And it's funny because right before we voted early, but right before we went to vote, Trina got a check from Kemp, which I thought was hilarious. Because now I saw one group accusing the Democrats of pandering. Well, damn, sending out checks right before election, what would that fall up under? And I don't think that's the way it happened. It just so happened like that. But hey, what did they say? You ever play sport? You ever play sports mode?
Oh yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is why I laugh at people. One of the marching matches for most winning coaches, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying that hard to win. We all looking for an advantage. You don't want to just outright cheat. You play football, Mo?
I used to. Not anymore.
Would you offense or defense?
Offense.
So there were times when the defense tried to get the best player out of the game, or even the offense, you try to get the best player hot-headed and get kicked out.
Oh yeah.
You push the envelope. You're not necessarily playing dirty, but you are playing dirty because you're targeting one because you want them out the game.
Listen, I know where you're going with this. So I just want to add this to your, to what you're saying. This company I used to work for, they came up with this slogan. And check it out. This was the slogan, man. We operate under an unfair advantage. See that? So there you go. So they're saying it's an unfair advantage. It's fair business practices, but it's an unfair advantage to everybody else. And I think that's where you headed.
Gotcha. And I was mixing business with politics, and all I was saying is it's crazy that we ask Black candidates to talk about reparations, but it's not a requirement for whites. They ain't got to talk about it at all. They can talk about taking away our vote, and we're okay with that. But we want Blacks to speak on reparations, even if they can't make it happen. And I was just saying, when we do business people always claim about we asking white for hookups. Well, are we? Or do they just give them to us? My wife had a business. Somebody ordered $200 for stuff one time and ordered $200. The third time they came to order, she gave them some stuff. And later was like, nah, you ain't got to give me nothing. It wasn't that we got to give you nothing. We appreciate your business. So good business people throw in a little extra. They keep you coming back. It's a form of appreciation. That's all I was saying. Good business owners, you don't have to ask for discounts. They know who their good customers are. One of my clients gets shoes from Louis Vuitton. He gets free shoes because he spends so much money with him. I can't afford it. But hell, he take pictures with Louis Vuitton. He come in telling me to meet him at the store, and he got special shoes on, and he get to come back on and try them on. Only thing he asks is that he put them on his IG. So, and that's what I want to say about that. But we got to understand
hold on, D. Let me just make this one point, because you were hitting on something key, and I just want the people to know that we realize, one thing that I realize is that, the playing field is not equal. When you talk about the quote unquote white businesses and, giving away free stuff and doing stuff for the customers, that's great. That's how you should do business. But when you got a little small business and they charging you $2,000 a month to just for rent, and you got all kind of overhead and all kind of other things, it makes it difficult for you to give away stuff for free. So you get caught in a trap. You can't get that stuff away free to help your business out because you got to pay rent. And I just wanted to point that out because that's a A lot of people have to deal with that. I tried to open a couple businesses. I had to deal with that.
And that's a great point, because and I talked about that. I had a friend, I wanted to support his business. He ran a bookstore. There was a book I wanted. At the bookstore up the street, it cost $7. At the bookstore up the street, less than 5 miles from me, it cost $7. His store, which is 42 miles from me, and the book cost $21.
Is that yeah?
So now I still got a family to feed. I know Mo got a family to feed, but at the end of the day, whose family you think I'm worried about feeding more? Mo family or my family? So for me to pay 3 times as much and have to drive further and pay that cost, it ain't a good deal. And he's like, man, I got this. Hey, brother, when you open a business, you gotta think about what you gotta do. Can you be competitive? That's one of the number one things about starting a business is, can you be competitive? Not do you have a good product? Can you be competitive? Because people ain't gonna overpay for something that's closer to them, especially if they are exactly the same.
Exactly.
And I hate to sound rude or evil, but business is business. Your bills ain't my problem when we talking about my pocket, especially in a recession when a dollar matters more. I gotta pay $20 in gas to get to you, and then I gotta pay 3 times the cost.
Look, man, it's a decision. That's the same scenario. You're driving somewhere, and you driving on fumes, and somebody got a flat tire. You're gonna stop to help them, and maybe run out of gas, or you're gonna make it to that gas station.
To that gas station, right?
You got a choice to make.
And self-preservation is the number one thing pushing.
Yes, sir.
When I had my restaurant, I had ways of showing my appreciation was run around, was run cheap special. Right. But you got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because, food is a little different. We'll go our way to pay for good food. But if you got a basic product that you can get almost anywhere, you can't get good food almost anywhere. Trust me, I ain't even a foodie, but I've been to some crappy place I would never go back to. What you got, Mo?
No, I was just going to add to you, man, say you're right, but I don't want us to lose sight of the fact that if they don't own that building, they're getting killed with rent. And so they can't be as competitive as they would like to, or, pass on some of those savings to the customers. Just want to point that out.
Which is where I push group economics. Find you a realtor, find you some other business people. How about buying the strip plaza? If you buy the strip plaza, your rents will be cheaper. But here again is where we have a problem, because we don't understand equity. We want equality. Even though Mo paying more for the biggest shop, when all the proceeds come in, we want to split everything down the middle. Well, Mo put up more, so Mo should make more. And a lot of times we don't understand equity. The more you put in, the more you're gonna get back. And I think that's sometimes because we don't truly understand. We still ain't learned finance. Those of us that know it seem to be few and far between. But everybody knows equality, but they don't understand equity. But if Mo put up 1,000 for the building and I put up 300, when that 700 come in, Mo don't get 350 and I get 350. That ain't how it works. And too many times that's what causes us strife. And then how we pit ourselves against each other. Well, why he getting more than me? Well, he put in more than you. Well, that ain't fair. Well, all you gotta do is match what I can't match it. Well, you're right, you can't match it. But this is business. And this other thing. And we got to do the same thing with voting. Malcolm said, treat your ballot like a bullet. I don't need to die with this bullet. Don't waste your bullet shooting at something crazy. That means don't vote. No, it don't mean don't vote. It just means know why you are voting. Why you listen to what they are saying they're going to give you. Mo can go up and tell a candidate what he wants. What's going on, Damian Atkins? Damian can tell a candidate what he wants. D can tell one. Ari can tell one. Bobby can tell one. If the candidate can only do 3 things, that means 2 of us going to be SOL. But we need to be more cognizant of holding candidates accountable for what they say, not what they did or didn't do. Because if he didn't say he was going to do it, then why are we making that an issue? If Mo tell me he ain't going to do something, why am I bothering him about, hey, Mo, why you do this? Man, I ain't never said I was going to do that. But I told you I wanted it. Right, you said you wanted it, but I ain't never said I was going to do it. And I think that's where we get caught up in this whole political thing, because we take politics, we act like politicians to be our best friends. And at the end of the day, money make the world go round. If you look at what some of these politicians are spending on running, look at their treasure chest, and then look in your little bank book and see how much you donated to the campaign, and you'll figure out where you stand on their list of people that they're trying to do something for. Mo gonna do more for the man who helped his family than he is for the man who may need something. It's just the way life works.
Yeah, and I just want to add, man, you know, since it's random topics, I could jump around. You know, Black people, I want Black people to start giving other Black people some grace. You know what I mean? Give them some grace, man. Everybody holding, you know, because we hold, I think we hold Black people to a higher standard than any other person, any other group. You know, we hold the Black person to a higher standard. Yeah, you know, we're gonna mess up a little bit. We might not do things just properly, you know, but you know, give them some grace, man. You know, give them some grace.
Yeah, and be willing to talk to them. Sometimes it just take a little education before we start slamming people, because sometimes they just don't know. But we do hold each other to a much higher standard, and we don't even know if they deserve to be held to that higher standard. Some people open up a shop just because that's what they do, and they think, oh, I got a service, people gonna come and like it. But they don't understand. Sometimes you get a good deal of people who open businesses because they don't understand billing. They don't understand profit margins. So, you know, I met a guy who does home repair. Actually, it's pretty good. And I asked, how do you come up with your prices? Man, you know, I just try to do a good job. But so you don't know how much the wood costs. You know how much your nails cost. Because I'm looking and you look like you're struggling. Yeah, man, I ain't making a lot of money. Why are you not making a lot of money? Because you undercharging people. And most people ain't saying, hey, man, you know, you came and did this deck for me. All the quotes I got for this deck started at 15,000. You did it for 6. You did a great job. But all you put in was your cost, not your time, not your work, nothing else. And that's why a lot of businesses also fail. They don't understand marketing, what fair market value is. And that's a big thing that we have to start on. What's up, Robert Drake? We have to start getting into that. And again, as we're talking about politics, if you're not going to these meetings, if you just on Facebook talking about what's wrong, then your voice ain't heard. Your vote count, but your voice ain't heard. We have to do a better job of understanding how the dynamics work. We have to stop holding everybody accountable when we don't know what everybody's agenda is. I can't think that Mo's agenda is my agenda just because we both Black. That's arrogance and ignorance kicking in. Mo might have some whole other issues that another candidate could be speaking to him on. I know true Republicans, and I listen to why they vote like they vote. Their issues ain't my issues, so I can't be mad at them.
Right.
Well, what about this? Well, if 3 of my clients ain't got kids and don't want kids, they could care less about this whole transgender or abortion thing. It ain't in their future. They looking at something else. They looking at this. And that's when I had to look at it. We think everybody's situation is ours, and we're not compassionate to other people's as to why they may vote for a candidate who we think ain't shit. That's why, you know, there's certain times, and I think you should always talk politics. You just shouldn't talk politicians unless you're going to be fair and give points and counterpoints and be willing to accept points and counterpoints. You know, I was telling somebody, you know, when I asked why I should vote for Stacey Kemp, because, you know, they got a nice political mind, and the only thing they could tell me is reasons not to vote for Kemp, but they couldn't give me reasons to vote for Stacey Abrams. See, to me, that's not a healthy balance. And you know, when we're exchanging dialogue, you should be able to give me pros and cons. Because Georgia's it is what it is. But again, Kemp, Raffensperger, and the Secretary of State, they stood up to Trump. How can I ignore that fact that they stood up to Trump when all these other Republicans were just falling down? But they still backed Trump because they liked his policies. But they weren't going to bend to his will when they knew they were doing right. You know, and that's all I'm saying. We just got to do better with that.
Yeah, and I just want to throw out there, man, Sean Bell said most people problem revolve instead of problem solve. That's good.
Yeah, because they'll keep doing it. And the biggest thing with that, what's up, Sean Bell? The biggest thing with that is most people don't have a clue as to how to solve their own problem. When you keep looking for somebody else to solve your problem, you'll never find nothing healthy because they only doing it from where they thinking. When you have a problem, you got to have a multitude of solutions so you can find one that may work. Because if you only got one, remember I done talked about the single point of failure lots of times. If you only got one way to fix it, that don't work, then what? You asked out. And we keep going with the same thing. And that's why I don't get why we so hung up on reparations with no idea how reparations will work for us. Because I've asked several people, how can we do reparations where it will be fair and equitable? Because it ain't gonna be equal at no point. How can we do it?
Well, that reparations payment is just gonna be it's just gonna be money that's gonna go towards Nike,
but
automobiles.
Even if we give it to them to blow, how can, let's just say everybody get $20,000? Well,
that's gone, man.
Well, I'm just saying, well, Mo already got a house. Mo already got good credit. Mo already got this. So why he get 20 while I'm living in the projects and I get 20? See, the 20 ain't the same. Because now Mo can invest. I can't invest because now I got to try to come up out the ghetto. And somebody who looks like us is going to complain about us getting 20. And that's why even when we talk reparations, everybody who I hear say, I say, give me a plan for how reparations work. Give me a plan, a viable plan that you can get 1,000 people to stand behind. Not 1,000 of your friends, 1,000 different people, because we got to do that. And it's crazy because politics ain't for the faint of heart. It ain't for people who like being told no, because you're gonna get told no more than you're gonna get told yes. And we got to do a better job of doing that. And I saw a post and I thought it was funny. What's the movie that's coming out? It's coming out tomorrow. Wakanda?
Yeah, Wakanda.
Somebody said, oh yeah, we're gonna see how many black people go watch the movie Wakanda. They wouldn't know how many voted.
I don't see I don't get it.
What's the correlation? Again, numbers will lie. Let's just say 5 million people go and watch it. What does it got to do with the vote? Because out of them people, some of them gonna be white. Quite a few of them are gonna be under the age of voting. So the numbers don't tell you nothing. They don't tell you nothing. But why are you shaming somebody because they want to see a movie? If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
And that's what it is. It's a movie. It's a movie. Entertainment. It's entertainment. It's not.
Now, don't say that now, because if you say it's entertainment, someone gonna get mad.
What they gonna get mad?
Because it's reality. Some of these people truly believe they live in Wakanda.
It's real history.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Y'all know, hey, let me just, before y'all start flooding me in my inbox, it is a movie, as Mo said. It is fictional. It is fictional.
Oh man. I don't believe there's a real place called Wakanda, first of all. So you can start right there.
What's up, Sam? And, but that's the thing is, people need a break. Life is what it is. Life is hard for a lot of us. So if their break is escaping to get to a movie to give them some balance and ground them, you know what? I'm all for that. That is a form of mental therapy, because you can't be serious all the time. People are saying, oh, we need to worry about this. We need to worry about that. We can't do it all the time. And Sean, I'm with you if it's meant to be inspiring, but I'm confused on how it's inspiring. I saw the movie. It was good as a Marvel movie about superheroes. I heard people who said it was inspirational, and I'm trying to figure out how. The movie started off with 2 black men fighting and killing each other. The movie started off with them leaving a black child behind. It ended with the black people giving up shit to white people. What in the hell was inspirational about that? It ended up with a man having a bunch of women fight for him. I'm just trying to figure out where the inspiration came from. We had a ton of stuff and we gave it away. Does that sound familiar? Except instead of taking it, we gave it away. I'm lost on that. I'm lost. History repeated itself. We just gave the slaves some costumes, made them look pretty. But at the end, did they not give everything away to the white people? The colonizer. So the white federal guy might as well have been Christopher Columbus. I got lost on it, how it was so inspiring. But if it inspired other people, I'm all for it. But as it came out, did we stop black on black crime? Did we start working together more? What did we start doing for this inspiration, for this movie to be so inspirational as we claim? What about my description was wrong, Sam? Let's see, what else did I got? So, and as we rolling all this into some stuff, as we talk about who needs to make better decisions, we need to make better decisions, not just men, not just women. We as a whole need to make better decisions. And what we have to do is stop being so quick to follow just because somebody talks about fighting or war. You know, y'all ain't know, some of y'all ain't know with me, but you know what Willie D say? If you want to go to war, I'll take you to war. Most of us ain't built for that. We say it, but we don't have what it takes to go to war. We built for verbal battles. Mo is in, where you at again? Mo is in Arizona. Talk trash to Mo all day long. All he can do is talk trash back. He ain't gonna reach through the screen and punch me. I'm as safe as I can get. But when we see people harming us, what's the first thing we do? Pick up a phone and video it and sharing it. We ain't helping, or we ain't helping for nothing. Offset got killed last week. 40 people. Did nobody see shit?
No, Offset did not get killed.
I'm sorry, not Offset, Takeoff.
Takeoff, there you go.
I'm sorry, Takeoff got killed. Didn't nobody see shit? 40 people? 40 people. And still floating around with Takeoff laying on the ground, bleeding from the back of his head. What was the purpose of sharing that? But you ain't seen that. What up, Mindless Chaos? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. What up, Bella? So a black man gets killed in front of a bunch of black people. Don't nobody know nothing. Ain't nobody seen nothing, but somebody got a phone and videoed the whole thing, but don't nobody know nothing. So what did the movie Panther do for them? Where's the inspiration?
Yeah, and before you jump back over there, I got a point that I need to make, man. It's just like, this man was a millionaire, got killed playing dice, shooting craps. Just, I mean, we got to start thinking, man. That makes no sense at all. None. I can't put it together.
And if you believe the reports, he got hit with friendly fire. 3 shots. 3 shots.
Yeah.
But there were over 50 shots fired.
Man.
And Bobby makes a point. Since cinematography was invented, stereotypical African-American, somebody moved my thing up, hold on. The stereotypical African-American male has been portrayed all over the world as a debased individual. Hence, allow women to be superheroes. The purpose of the movie is to show that the black woman earns a better income. She is here to save the black man. He is not strong enough to control her. And Bobby, see, that's a lot of my point. When we talk about our power, and I do believe we have power, so therefore I can be a racist. I don't know about y'all, but I have power. I ain't giving it away. I can make decisions that nobody else can control. We support shit that debases us. How does a movie like Wakanda, how does a movie like what was King Kong ain't got nothing on me, Training Day, how do these movies get so much money but Selma don't? How do these movies get so much but Malcolm X don't? See, when there's a movie that we can actually be proud of that shows us doing stuff and rising above, we don't want to see those. Mo is in my age category. When we look back at Public Enemy, when we look back at BDP, they weren't disrespectful to women.
Oh, teachers, man, teaching.
They weren't disrespectful to women. That was rap music. NWA ain't never shot no police. So we got these things that we like, The generation that me and Mo came from early, we listened to what our parents listened to. Marvin Gaye, all that. It's so. We have the power to change the narrative, but we don't want to stop listening to gangster rap music. We don't want to stop listening to music that dehumanizes us, that makes us look like the bottom of the barrel, because the Jews can't control that. The Christians don't control that. You control that with your pocketbook. If you stop supporting this crap, guess what happens? It'll stop selling. I know a couple of musicians. I know a couple of rappers. I asked them, who told you to make a rap song about bitches and hoes? Did your company tell you that? Did your producer tell you that? You know what they said? No, man, that's what sells. That's what sells. Ain't nobody telling them to do this. They just smart enough to market it to us because they got the money and we buy into it. But all we gotta do is stop buying it. See, I heard of the Migos. They might have some good music. I ain't never heard of, I can't tell you a song they ever sang. Mo, you ever listen to the Migos?
I listen to them, yeah. I don't know the name of their songs, but they got good music.
Right, but you know, if somebody asked me to name them, you see, I just got them confused. I knew the one who was on Love and Hip Hop because I saw it one time and they keep talking about it. But I wouldn't know them if they walked up to me and slapped me. But we get upset. We get upset when other people get disrespected and they show their power. Then we start talking about, well, they ain't nobody do nothing about this. Ain't nobody do nothing about that. Ain't nobody like who? What's up, Jess? Ain't nobody like who? See, when Rick Ross made the song about drugging women and giving them mollies, you can hear that song in damn near every club. How did that happen? Damn. How did that happen? But, and I'm gonna use current day, when somebody says something about the Jewish people and the Jews don't like it and they start counseling, they take their money back. Oh, y'all didn't do nothing about this. Well, the Jews don't play that disrespect game. Go to Chinatown and say something bad about them. They will beat your ass. But if you go to the hood and start talking about bitches and hoes, they're going to dap you up and chest bumps and all the other shit. This is what we do. This is how we give away our power. As one of my favorite spoken artists said, we give our power away one block at a time, one rock at a time, because we do not stand up for disrespect. We, instead of stop saying nigga, we embrace it, and now we call the term endearment and let somebody else say it. Well, I'm confused. If they say it the same way we say it, why ain't the term endearment? What's Kendrick Lamar was doing a concert. I ain't never heard Kendrick Lamar sing, but my wife was telling me he do some good music. I heard people talking about, so I'm watching one. So he doing this little concert. He calls a white girl from the audience to come sing with him. So somewhere in the song, it say something about yada, 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 and niggas. The white girl said and niggas. Kendrick Lamar, hey, you can't say that. Dude, it's your song. She's singing what you wrote. Now you telling she can't say it, but are you gonna tell her she can't buy it? So you a hypocrite. But you put this in a song. Mo, when you singing one of your favorite songs, how many times do you edit yourself? Do you bleep yourself? Were you a Tupac fan?
It depends on where I'm at.
Right. You know, if you just unless you're around some kids, do you just beep yourself out?
Oh, yeah, you got to, man.
Not when you by yourself. So, but you caught this woman on stage with a song with the N-word. Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say no. Go ahead.
So, but you caught her to sing this song with you, but you don't want her to sing all the words. That's odd. But you want her money. You didn't tell white people they couldn't come to the concert. But this is your song. You wrote it. So how is that? Make that make sense. Why not just make the song without the word? We as a people have to understand situation awareness and be responsible for what we put out. Not just what we put out, what we take in. Because some of us don't put out nothing, but we take in stuff and we regurgitate it, we respread it. We quick to pass information without research, as Shannon was saying earlier. We quick to pass some bad information. We won't even take 35 seconds to Google it to see if it might be right. We don't want to do that. We like it. Oh man, you heard this? So-and-so said something about, let me get this out there. I'm looking at everybody talk about heroes and they name some people I don't care for. So I'll affectionately call them the KKK now. And I'm gonna say that for another show. But you got LeBron James, who started a school in Akron, which is a black town. He has said everybody who graduates from his school will get scholarships that he is going to pay for. Why don't we call him a hero? Why ain't he a hero? We trying to find something on him and his wife because they've been together. Oh, he done had some affairs. How is that the first route we go to with him? How is that the first route? As opposed to praising this man for starting a school system and guaranteeing all the kids who graduate scholarships. How is that not heroic?
Yeah, that should have been all over the news somewhere.
Because he ain't saying that about fighting. Even if it ain't on the news, Mo, why don't we talk about it more? See, this is the narrative that we control, that we don't want to do. It's easy for us to speak negativity into our space about our own kind than anything else. What's wrong with having a word of our own if we take it and use the word nigga and put it into, ain't nothing wrong with it. Just don't get mad when somebody else uses it. See, you missed the whole point. If you're going to make nigga be a term of endearment, then it is a term of endearment. Just make sure that the group that you use is with that. See, I would never be a part of that group. It is not a term of endearment because I don't want anybody calling me that. What up, Cinnamon? So when we try to make things terms of endearment, you got to make sure it works for your collective.
You know, there's a, oh, go ahead, D.
No, do your thing. I ain't gonna forget.
I was just gonna say, man, you know, part of the discussion comes down to environment too, because I can tell you, man, you know, when I'm with my boys or when I'm with, you know, in certain groups, you know, that nigga just come right off, boom, and it's all love. But then, you know, if I go to work and I'm around like, you know, white folks or, you know, people of other ethnic backgrounds, you know, I don't use it.
Exactly. You don't use it around them. But if you use it around them, how can you be mad when they use it too?
Right, yeah.
And that's my point. We can't keep making it an open word and then getting upset when people use it. I had a associate that I knew. Cool dude. Saw him at work. He's like, yo, man, I'm finna get married. I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. I'm glad you found love. And his girl came out and he said, let me introduce you to my bitch.
Damn.
Me, her, him. She started smiling.
Damn.
I was taken aback. I was taken aback.
Oh my God. Jesus. Jesus.
Did you really just say that out loud?
Woo.
We're associates. We ain't friends now. He don't know my real name. But this is what he said. And I realized it's me. It's me. Because she was cool with it. He was cool with it. So 2/3 is cool with it. It was the 1/3 who was the outside part. I would never introduce anybody who I was in a relationship with as my bitch.
He grew up in the woods, man, with no mama. You can't, that's it. He grew up in the woods with no mama, man.
Mo, she responded to it. So who is wrong?
Yeah.
And clearly it's gotta be me. I'm the only, I got outvoted. I got outvoted, Mo. Everybody else was cool with it except for me.
Wow.
But these are the things I'm talking about. The things we do publicly, we can't get mad when other people see us. If me and Mo dapping each other up and showing our love and hollering nigga this, nigga that. When the next person comes up, whether they look like us or not, do the same thing, now it's a fight. No. One of my brothers used the word, and I know he don't mean no disrespect, but he's learned that when we talking to me, he can't use it because it shuts me down. I don't like it because I don't want it to inadvertently be said around anybody else. That's my thing. I ain't telling nobody to stop using it. I'm just saying, if you want something from me, I can't be your nigga. I can't be. I graduated from that stage. I remember when I had a whole nigga mindset and I did nigga shit. For me, it's a mindset. It ain't got nothing to do with color. I graduated. I understand whose issue that is. So when I know people who like to do it, I distance myself because I don't want them to have to speak differently around me. But we do it in public. We play the songs out loud. We sing them in the mall. We sing them in the grocery store. We love to be on my phone. What was that the other day? I work at a credit union. Girl walked in on the phone. I hate people who walk in business on their phone. Bitch, you crazy. Man. I'm grown. You can't tell me what I can and can't do. Man, but you don't own this credit union. And I do. And they pay me to keep order. In this order, we don't say bitch. I want to talk to that bitch on the phone and get out the store.
Damn.
This is what we do. And then we wonder why people don't respect us. Because we don't respect us. Yeah, first, we could take the word and make it our own. When does that work? What, we got our own dictionary now? See, we like to have our own dictionary when it suits us. Then when something don't, we try to tell them what a word means to them. See, one dictionary. And as Brian said, have you ever considered they have poor discernment, which may be the reason why they don't research content before they share it? I ask because there's so much inaccurate, fragmented info out there. And Brian, they know it. They know it ain't right. It's just you'd rather share something salacious that'll get people talking than any other thing. Bible says history is an eye-opener. The ordinary English worker hates the Irish worker. In relationship to the Irish worker, he feels himself a member of the ruling nation. His attitude is as much the same as that of poor white nigga. All races have a ruling class. America's a business. Black Superman will have a baby mom. Brother, you don't even read comics, do you? Did you know that Superman is gay now? Superman kisses another man. Superman. When the hell did that happen, Mo?
Yeah, I didn't know that. You telling me something new.
That's his son.
No. Not the one that's his son. There's another because they just put it on Quora. When did he stop having a love affair with Lois Lane? Yeah, Mom, I'm gonna have to shut up because I don't keep up with comics no more, but I seen it and it's like, damn, is this really what we coming to? Let's see what Sean, it's like having a hood or a family nickname. It's cool in my circle, but not for the general public. You're right, that means you can't be called in the general public. See, I went to school with a dude named Bootyhead. That was his nickname. I saw Bootyhead at the mall the other day, and I wanted to speak to him, but I couldn't remember his real name. So I didn't, because I'm not gonna yell out to a man who 50-something years, yo, Bootyhead, what's up? But in the 10th grade, that was all I knew him by. I'm sure he don't want to be called Bootyhead now. I'm sure. And he might do. But you can't do it publicly. And then we want people to respect us. But when do we respect us? When do we respect us? Mo, help me out. Help me out, Mo. You here to be the voice of reason.
Yeah, man. You know, that word, there's a lot of controversy around that word, you know. I believe, you know, with everything, you got to decide, everything's like a tool. You got to decide when you need it and how to use it. And I'm like you know, my inner circle, they'll hear me talk, you know, a certain way. But then when I get around certain people, you know, I kind of censor myself and I don't use certain words. I don't talk a certain way. And that's just for me. You know, I'm not telling everybody to do that, but that's what I do.
And that's all I want us to understand is what they say, you get what you put out. And a lot of this disrespect is what we putting out. A lot of the disrespect we are putting out there. And the first thing I want to say is not me. This ain't about you, the person. This is about us as a race, because we can't differentiate ourselves. You can't look at us and tell who's a nigga and who's black, because we look alike. Colin Powell has said that we look alike. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell the difference between a gentleman and an F-boy. They look alike. They look alike, but you have to watch them. Use your discernment to see how different they are. And then we can start making these differences. But we will wholly disrespect each other and not do nothing about it. But then when we see another race, another religion stand up for their people, we got an issue. We got an issue.
Yeah, you see you can't even talk about Jewish people, because if you do, you see what happened. You see what happened to Kyrie Irving.
You can't talk
You
about
can't even talk
transgender
about
people.
Yeah, you can't talk
They
about
stick
nothing.
together. The minute you say something about anybody who in the LGBTQRSUVW community, bam.
It's over.
You say something about Jewish people, bam. You say something about white people, bam. You say something about black people, kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya, kumbaya. What the hell? When do we stand up and say no more? We're not going to support rappers who talk derogatory about us or our women. When are we going to stop letting them do stuff and sitting back, giving them part of this money that gives us our buying power? See, there are some things that we can do without the help of the government, without the help of colonizers, without the help of Judge D. White man. We could do ourselves if we wanted to, but that requires accountability and responsibility. We spend a lot of time worrying about what other people do. Well, this ain't what the white people do. Have you ever hung around and say they do or don't do? Oh no, you just think that. Oh, we gotta be like them. You see white people always stick together. Since when? Have you seen the Trump shit going on? Them white people who trying to bring him down. White people don't always stick together. So what we gotta do is learn to stick with our circles. Hopefully your circle wants the same thing, because you can't take everybody with you. And if they don't want to go, leave them behind. It's tough. Me and Mo been friends since 3rd grade. I still want to smoke crack and steal. Mo got a decision to make. Mo like, damn, Mo moving up, he got him a $600,000 house. Do he really want his friend who still sell crack? Do he still want his friend coming over that way? Sometimes you got to cut them ties. He ain't finna let me come. He gonna, you know what? Mo gonna do like I do. Mo gonna slip back into the hood sometimes and come holler, but he ain't never bringing the hood to his Harlem. He ain't never bring the hood up, but he will go down to the hood, wave his hand, speak, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't having a party at his house. He not. My son bought his first house, and he had a house party, had all his friends over there. And I told him to call me when it was over with. And he's like, "What's up?" I said, "Now you gonna get a thing from your homeowners association, because I'm guaranteeing you, your friends who you was trying to show a good time left shit on everybody's yard when they left your house." 2 days later, he said, "Dad, how you know?" I said, "How I know what?" He said, "Man, I got a fine from the association. Everybody talking about people from my party left shit in, because they have no vested interest in your well-being. You brought them somewhere. You fed them, gave them drinks, showed them a good time. But when they left, that wasn't their shit. So they didn't mind dropping litter everywhere. And people saw where they was coming from. People heard them calling your name. They want you to throw another party so they can come to your neighborhood and destroy shit. That's what we do. That's what we do. How many of us have had cookouts or events where the people stayed and helped clean up? Didn't throw trash out, didn't throw cigarette butts in our yard. With all the trash cans that's around at all these picnics and family get-togethers, how does trash still make it to the yard? And is it we don't know about self-love, Sean, or is it we don't care? Or is it that we want to bring everybody down to our level because we got too much? I believe in being competitive. I believe in being competitive with my heart. I want to make better points than Mo, but I don't want to be disrespectful to Mo. I need Mo on here to make me a better person. I need Bobby on here to make me a better person. So when we challenge each other, when Robert Stafford come to the show, Robert Stafford got a show, DJ got a show, I'm gonna always challenge them. I want to be better than them, but not to the point that I'm gonna degrade them to make myself look better. And we don't understand how healthy competition is good for everybody. But I can't keep talking. Cinnamon King, one of my favorite people, got a business. I can talk about her business. What does it hurt me? I got a few thousand followers. I got some of y'all looking on the show. I can tell Cinnamon to share her product. That's healthy competition. That's healthy competition. And if I help Cinnamon build her brand, guess what? Cinnamon gonna tell people to watch the Random Thought with DVP show. Oh yeah, before I get in more trouble. Can y'all please share the show? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Random Thoughts with DVP. because I'm getting all this hate mail from my management team about what I keep forgetting to do. I'm gonna blame Mo for this. Mo's supposed to be the voice of reason. So yeah, but share the show and please, I'm so serious about this. If you got something you want to talk about, even if I don't know nothing about it, I will get a guest. That's why I got Mo on here a lot of times, because there are lots of things that I want to talk about, but Mo is better at it. Mo speaks a little bit better than me sometimes, because sometimes I throw my preacher hat on and I get carried away. And I need somebody to bring me back. I need somebody to bring me back. But we can share with each other. Shit, I ain't even got my book with me. Mo got a book. I talked about his book for the longest when I was reading the book. Had it with me, made him pull it out, because he got 2 or 3 books. I only got 1, but we're gonna work on that too. But we can help each other out. We can be competitive and still be friendly and pushing the other ones to do better. I want Mo book to get out there. So when I get my autographed copy, I can say, yo, I knew this brother. I know this brother. I want Cinnamon to have all these sales so she can, get this high-priced security company to come protect her interests. This is how we can compete in a healthy fashion. But I ain't got to say nothing bad about her to prove my point. I don't have to say nothing bad about Bobby. Thank you, sir. And the thing is, along the way, we got to keep teaching each other. And sometimes you have to let people make mistakes, because at the end of the day, Mo plays sports. I played sports. Mo, did you learn more from winning or more from losing?
Losing.
Because you learn what your shortcomings are. When you win it, I can't nobody tell you shit. Because we winning. I'm winning. Everything we do work. Then when somebody dusts your ass in the dirt, you work a little bit harder. You study a little bit harder. You pay more attention to your craft. When everything going smooth, you don't learn a whole lot. But those losses, they hurt.
Yeah, those winning lessons dissipate in about a couple days. Them losing lessons, whoo, boy, they stick with you forever, man.
Yeah. And and we talk about, Sean bring up self-love again. And we talk about self-love. And I think it's so important. But to get to self-love, you have to understand love. You have to understand the dynamics of a familiar love. Where's that you don't want to do things that's going to bring disrespect and dishonor to your family name. See, that's part of what we got to start understanding. We watch other cultures do it and we clown them for it. But Asians are big on honor. They're big on honor. We big on us. We claim we love ourselves, then we do destructive stuff. We claim this, then we do destructive stuff. I had a friend who had a bad liver, but he ain't gonna stop drinking. Man, if I can't drink, I ain't living no good life. Black men used to hate to get that colon screening because we didn't care about other people. Oh, if we died, I'm just gonna, man, if I let somebody go on my booty, that means I'm gay. I'd rather die than the crazy shit that we passed around to keep us in a place of ignorance was self-induced. What's going on, Keith Martin? How you doing? But these are the things that when we're learning lessons, because a lot of us want to teach lessons, but we got to be learning. We got to be learning. And I appreciate everybody who keep me on my P's and Q's, who will call me or shoot me a little text message to let me know I'm either off kilter or they felt that something I said resonated with them. What's up? What's up, Diva? You popped in on the Random Thoughts with DVP show. Hush your mouth, hush your mouth. Go stand in the corner. You're right, Sam, there can't be nothing wrong with friendly competition. We can do the same thing. I got friends who have shows. DJ got a show that come on right after this. There are times I have left here and went straight to her show. Travis got a show. Robert got a show. I'm going to tell you about their shows. Chloe wrote a book. I ain't read it yet, but Chloe's an author. Moore's an author. I don't have to pick one. I can promote everybody as much time as I got. This is my page. Mo, you on Facebook, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
Don't you have a page?
No, I don't. Yeah, I do have a page. Yeah.
Look, he finna say no.
Yeah, I got a page.
Mo even got a group, Surviving Metaphysics, where we talk about, ladies, if you want to be part of the group, as we talk about how to start grooming our young men, get with Mo, and the group is Surviving Metaphysics. Come be a part of the discussion. It's not about one person knowing all the answers. It's about all the people getting together to find some answers, because every answer ain't gonna work for somebody. So the more answers we got, the more problems we can solve. See, I can't tell everybody to stop smoking because I don't smoke. That's unrealistic. I'm not even finna sit here and tell you the dangers of smoking. George Burns lived to be, what, 7,000? Smoking cigars every day. Everything don't affect everybody the same way. Yes, I want you to do some of the things that make you happy, but I also want you to consider your legacy. I want you to consider your people. So if there's something that you can do to make your life a little bit longer, where you can share knowledge, share your wisdom, where you can teach the next generation, be they your kids or my kids or Mo's cousin or whatever, this is what we got to be here for. We talk about generational curses, and everybody got this thing where we got so many bad habits from slavery. I can't disagree with that. But why didn't we bring up none of the good shit from slavery? How come we don't know how to farm? Why don't we know how to farm? How did we remember all the bad shit, but none of the good shit got passed on? Why don't we know how to farm? Because we don't want to. But we quick to want to fight. We quick to want to beat each other. What's going on, Jambalaya? Thank you, Keith. And this is what we do. Why is it that we have to try to, fellas, because there's quite a few fellas on this thread now, why is it we feel the need to try to break a woman down like we all pimps, and the only way we're going to get her to act right is to break her down? If you need to break her down, she's not the woman for you. Move on. Ladies, if the guy that you're wanting to be with on a real level, and I'm gonna let Mo is better relationship than me, if he is not worth following and listening to, why are you with him? If it's just sex, tell him that and get rid of him. But don't sit there and form a relationship with a guy who you will not even consider and listen to what he say because he's stupid, but he got a great body. This is where we have to start identifying what's going on. I ain't gonna get biblical on y'all because I ain't about that life. I'm not finna sit here and tell you to stop having sex for fun. I don't believe in that. I get the people who do, I just don't. But if you're having sex for fun, call it that and be that. But when you decide you want to get in a real relationship, why are we getting in a real relationship with people that we feel the need to break down first? Why are we getting in relationships with people who we feel the need to be disrespectful to first? See, this is on us. This is why we don't respect each other. This is why we don't stand up for each other, because secretly we think, they ain't shit. We get what we put out. If I keep telling people Mo ain't shit, when Mo ain't around me and he try to do business with some of my people, you know what they thinking? They be like, man, this the guy D said ain't shit. So he gonna end up getting that same lack of respect because I don't put it out there in the air. So when Buddy Boy introduced me to his fiance as his bitch, it's hard for me to look at her in a respectful manner. I ain't disrespectful to her, but it's hard for me to put her in a different category because she accepted being called a bitch. She reached out to shake my hand and came, let me not tell that lie. She reached out to give me a hug after she got introduced as a bitch. This is a bitch with no name. He just said, this is my bitch. He didn't say Sheila. He didn't say Teresa. He just said, this is my bitch.
What'd you do, man? That had to blow your mind.
I hugged her because she walked up on me too fast. Yeah, because I needed to so I could hide the shock on my face because I knew my face said it all.
Yeah.
And I just said, I got to go. Because I couldn't unhear what I heard. I want to break out my chalkboard and say, babe, you're not a bitch. You got a name. Tell him what your name is. But if she cool with it, who am I to tell her that she should get different? And Jambalaya, Ari, Chloe, Cinnamon, ladies, I want y'all to come on here. I'm going to do a show with y'all again. How do we teach the younger girls, the next wave of women to accept what they are due, not just BS? What's up, Darren and Crystal? How y'all been? I can't tell you this. Ladies, I need for y'all to tell me, how do we do this? When I did the poll asking for people who've been in relationships, ladies, did you move in with him or did he move in with you? Why is it 90% of the women say the guys move in with them? Most of these guys don't have a place. I ain't knocking them. Why don't he have a place? Why aren't the women moving in with him? See, and I'm big on that issue for one simple reason, because I'm tired of hearing this welfare thing. Well, welfare put you out the house. If it's your house, they can't put you out. See, you can only get put out when you go to somebody else's house. When you go to your girlfriend's house and she's staying in the projects, yeah, they can put you out. But if you bring her to your flat, your condo, they can't. This is where we got to step up. I'm going to keep pushing that issue. Meaning, if you're going to be this king, you need to have a kingdom for her to come to. Ladies, if you're going to let him be your king, he needs to have a kingdom for you to come to. Now, don't get it twisted. I lived with my mother for 2 years after my divorce because I was traveling. I was saving my money. I could get a hotel when me and the girls I was dating wanted to have some extracurricular activity. I met a young girl the other day, and she said, Dion, I got this guy. I really like him. I think we're going to be something. I'm ready to have this baby. And I was like, that's what's up. I said, where do you live? She said, I live with my mama right now. Where does he live? He stay with his mama too. Hold on, so you finna have a baby and ain't neither one of y'all got a place to stay? She said, is that important? Mo, is that important that one of them should have a place to stay?
Man, I tell you, man, listen, everything don't always go well at home, man. Sometimes, if it's not your place, that means you can get kicked out. I know a lot of family that just didn't work out. And, if he move in with her or she move in with him and they live with somebody in somebody else's house, ain't no telling how that's going to work out.
Mo, if I come to Arizona and you let me stay with you for a couple of days, what do I get to run in your house?
You don't get to run nothing.
I can't be the king of somebody else's house. I can't be. And that's the whole point. Because y'all know how much I hate this whole king and queen shit in the first place. But if you're gonna be a king, you need your own shit. And ladies, stop letting dudes move in with you. If he gonna move in with you, let him take over the rent. He ain't doing nothing else. But y'all moving these guys in, you love him for whatever reason. Let's call sex and stop calling them mixing the two. And this is where we have to come to a meeting, as Mo and some of y'all others said, what you do in your circle is fine. It's fine. So if you're cool supporting somebody, that is fine. But quit calling it something else if you're there just for the physical entertainment of it all. This is where we have to start respecting each other. See, when Mo's wife got a castle to go home to, she can be that queen. But if the castle is in Mo's grandmama's basement, she ain't a queen. She's not a queen. She's not. She ain't. And I get it that Mo could be struggling. And hey, I have struggled too. I ain't finna say don't date if you can't afford to. I ain't gonna tell you that, even though I should. Don't start a family if you can't afford to. Economically speaking, condoms have always been cheaper than child support. Look it up. Look it up. Condoms have always been cheaper than child support. But we still like to feel good, leave evidence behind. We got to do better. We got to give respect to each other. It's easy when people see you giving respect, they respect as well. That's why we don't go to Chinatown talking shit. We don't go to Chinatown making them kung fu sounds we see in the movie because we're not stupid. Them Chinese will whoop our asses. We know this. We don't play around. We don't even go in the Chinese restaurant talking funny because them Chinese people come back out the back with them woks and cutting knives and we'll be on the buffet.
Oh yeah.
But we are quick to allow people to come to us and be disrespectful, and we'll blow it off. See, I don't think Mo is a violent man. I really don't. I don't know now, but he could be. But I'm willing to bet dimes and dollars that Mo ain't gonna let me come stay in his house and start calling his woman a bitch, and he gonna be like, yo, D, cut it out. I don't think that's what he gonna do. I don't think he gonna initially lay his hands on me, but he got one time to tell, he gonna tell me one time how I ain't gonna disrespect nobody. Then the second conversation is probably gonna be a touchy-feely conversation. That ain't what we like to do. Oh man, he just playing. Get out of here.
I don't want to change this. I don't want to change the subject, but that's where discernment comes in. See, I know I can let you in my house because I know who you are. I know what kind of person you are. So we got to all start having discernment, man. Whoever you hang out with, who's around you, because you know you got those friends that'll come in and disrespect you like that. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that. Nobody's gonna allow that. So just don't be around those people. You know what I mean?
And a lot of times, who is the person that's quick to disrespect us? Somebody who knows us.
Oh yeah, the closest person to you. Yeah.
And this is why I had to cut certain people out. Hey, we was cool with my nigga phase. I'm in a different place now. I don't want to disrespect what you're doing, so I'm gonna remove myself because I understand I can't take everybody with me. Some people don't want to work. Some people don't want this, but they quick to ask, and I talk about this all the time. Everybody want to be part of a village, but don't nobody want to put into the village. We just want to take out of the village. We just want to take out. We don't want to put nothing in. The village or something, they don't. But once you start showing respect, if we show respect for each other on a mass level, not 3 or 4 people, then guess what? I bet other people will stop being disrespectful to us because they'll see we don't play that. They'll see that ain't how we do business. And it's just that simple.
You got to have a good cutoff game too, man. Because I'll tell you, I cut off mothers, fathers, brothers, whatever I needed to do to survive and grow and get to a healthy place. Some people probably won't agree with that, but that I did that for me. Yeah. I didn't do it for nobody else. You know what I mean? If you do what you do, but that's what I did.
And then once you get a queen, you got to do it for her. Because if she see you letting it happen, why is she gonna feel like she should deal with you? You ain't her protector. You're gonna put her out there on Front Street and leave her be.
Right.
And when I saw a guy say, I'm gonna be a good man when I meet a good woman. See, I can tell you already in a bad place, brother.
Oh my God.
It's too many males who are requiring her to do something before they do something. See, whoever is the leader is the leader. So if she got to be good first, she's the leader of the relationship. See, be you. Be that king. And I hate that. Be the leader. Let her see you making sound decisions. Most women love to live in their femininity. Most women would love to have a good decision maker where they could just sit back and don't tell them I said this, but they could follow your lead, not submit, follow your lead. But you got to be the good man. You want to be the leader. You can't do it based off what she does. See, if she ain't the good woman that you want her to be, don't be. See, that's a simple solution. That's a simple solution. No, Sean, it can't be vice versa. One person. Most relationships got 2 people. If it's 50-50, it's a business relationship. If you want to be this king, you got to be more first. And they're asking us to follow them so they don't have to step up their game. We got to step up our game. We want submission. We want them to follow us. We want them to sit back and follow our lead and support us in all the crazy shit we do. Don't want, I'll be a better man when she get to be a better woman. Why are you picking her?
Yeah,
it's like, okay, it's like that table thing. If you ask the woman what she brings to the table, why did you invite her to the table? Discernment. You should have peeped her out before you said, hey, come sit with me. And then you had a couple of conversations because you said at the blank table at first, sit at a table at Applebee's or sit at a table in the park. But when you invited into the castle to sit at that table, you should have already knew that she had what you were looking for, that she could make you a better king. She could make you a better man. This is what we have to do, gentlemen. We got to step up. We have to step up. We can't keep allowing anybody and everybody to come in and be disrespectful to our women. We can't do it. And then get mad when Other people defend their women, but they ain't defend these. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let me clarify something too. I used to house feed. We don't do that in my house anymore because, and this was something that DVP said that I, just kind of, it kind of aligned with the new way we kind of run our house. But DVP said, we were talking, and DVP said, if she's better at shooting a gun, give her the damn gun, right? And so that's what we do, man. We look for the decorating. Who got the strength? Me or my wife? Whoever got the strength, that's what we go with. You know what I mean? That's so we look for, we work at it, but we leverage each other's strengths. You know what I mean? And all that king queen shit. Listen, there's some things men can't. Just you got to face it, man, or that women can do better. And you know what? Hey, listen, it's Thanksgiving. Who's cooking? You know what I'm saying? Usually the women can burn it up. I ain't going nowhere near the damn kitchen. Go ahead, man. That's your spot. Go ahead and do your thing. Right. I'm all good with it.
And we got to let go of these men roles if they don't apply. Every relationship can't be the same. Let everybody do what works best for them. As long as they happen. And again, this is about respect, not the roles. Because I got a couple of friends who, when I look at them, clearly she is physically stronger than he is. I ain't gonna let her help me move nothing. I'm gonna make his weak ass come out there. But I understand why they do certain things in their household the way they do. He can't live that, so he got to get his Amazon woman to do it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. See, and this is why we have to understand who we are. For me, I cannot tell a lie. That would be a deal breaker for me to find a woman who was physically stronger than me. She may be the greatest thing ever, and I'm gonna miss my blessing. But my machismo won't allow me to deal with a woman who is physically stronger than me. Maybe in 12 more years when I'm old and lean over, maybe. But right now, that would bother me. That's my issue. It clearly works for them. They've been together for double-digit years. Who am I to say, oh man, I wouldn't even bring that to my mouth to say I couldn't do that. Robert Stafford is on the show. Robert Stafford, like I say, another guy who got a talk show. On Tuesdays, I go on his show, I promote his show. We can have healthy competitions. They're good for us. They're excellent for us. And Darren and Crystal, I don't know which one is. It's probably Crystal, because Crystal, you the violent one. I'm glad y'all found each other. And with a name like Darren, I mean, hell, he got to be a great dude, even though he spelled it wrong. But that's a whole nother story. But this is one of the things, that I want us to do. Stop comparing ourselves to other people unless we're going to compare happiness. I can't compare me and Trina's relationship to Mo and his wife. We got different dynamics. Me and Mo ain't the same. So how can our wives be the same? If we are two different guys, Mo had to find his better half. I had to find my better half. They don't have to have anything in common.
The puzzle pieces don't fit, man. You got to find the right puzzle piece. You find your right puzzle piece, you put those together, those go together. Try it with some other ones. Maybe it don't work, maybe it don't fit,
That's the purpose of life. You date a few women and you find out what works for you. I know some people believe in the old school thing, but most of us don't find love the first time, or it's not sustainable love, or we're not mature enough to grow with that. Because over here in the States, we got a ton of options. We don't have arranged marriages. And it's crazy. I was looking up some stats. Arranged marriages last longer than conventional marriages. And I was actually talking to a guy about it, and it's because, and I listened to the theory, and it makes so much sense. And I'm gonna just use me and Mo. Me and Mo grew up together. I have a son, Mo has a daughter. Mo know what kind of stock, Mo sees how my family is raised. I see how his family is raised. Mo know that I'm raising my boys a certain kind of way to be responsible. I see him raising his daughter to be a great woman. So me and Mo get together and we talk, and one of us proposes that our kids be engaged because we know the stock that we came from. Mo knows that when he passes on, his daughter's in good hands with my son, who has been raised to be a strong man. He knows that our family is a family unit and we support each other. So Mo's job is done. He can pass away in peace. I know that when my son gets with Mo, That if my son ain't acting right, Mo gonna get him on the right path. Mo can mentor him. Mo can show him some of the things that I didn't show him. And this is the way a lot of them do it. It ain't based solely off wealth. It's based off watching the family units and see how they come together. And this is how they pick who they want to be betrothed into. I was like, damn, that's pretty deep, because I always thought it was about money. But these guys saying that they watch these families and they make the assessment based on what they see in the future prospects. I'm like, damn, that's kind of deep. But again, it's one of the things, if you don't know who to talk to, all you got with is your perception. What's up, Travis G? Another brother who got a show. So I know plenty of people who got shows and we push each other. But those are the kind of conversations that we got to have to put ourselves in the right place, to put people in our circle in the right place. And I'm sure, Moses, sometimes we pick up strayers along the way who are looking up to us. We got to put them in the right place too. They want the knowledge. They don't know how to ask, or they've never been around somebody who is willing to share. We got to stop wanting to keep secrets on how to survive. My survival is based on the brothers and sisters around me surviving. Because if I'm surviving and I'm the only one surviving, guess what's going to happen to the neighborhood that's going down around me? They're going to come take my stuff because they're not surviving. So it works better for me to teach everybody something. Then we can all start building together. Now everybody got some skin in the game. Now we are a collective. For those of y'all that watch Star Trek, it's like the Borg. Once we all get in the same thing, we're all good. We can keep elevating together. It don't have to be like this, because this won't always work. And this is what we got to do. But it's got to start with respect. It's got to start with publicly respecting each other in front of other people. See, I'm not a fan of saying good morning, Queen, good morning, King, but I'm a Southern. I will say sir and ma'am all day long. All day long. Whether you older than me or younger than me. I say sir to teenage boys because I want them to understand that manners does not make you weak. It gets you, it opens a lot more doors for you. It opens a lot of doors. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the other thing you do with that is also you let them know that they can command some respect. You know, when I'm not saying an expectation, but they can command respect by how people address them. You call them sir, you call them good morning or Mr. or whatever, because I know when I was growing up, we didn't do that. Matter of fact, right. you just get an ugly scowl. You know how we used to walk around. You just have an ugly scowl, man. People say good morning to you, just kind of grunt little, and you go about your day.
And why? And Keith said that's what building a sustainable legacy is all about. And not just a sustainable legacy. What we want to build is we want to build profound respect. We want to have respect. Respect don't mean bowing down to nobody. And see, it seems like sometimes we mistake respect for submission. I respect Mo. Mo, no, I badger him. Mo, no, I come to his inbox. Let Mo disappear for too long.
Oh yeah,
I'm the oldest, but I treat him like I'm the little brother. I be like, hey, what you doing? From what I've seen and read so far, he's a good dude. He's somebody I would like to meet in person. A great thing about social media. And I always see people say, oh, only people on my page are people that I know. Well, you kind of screwing up the whole purpose of social media. It's to meet people that you don't know, to share ideas or learn new things about people who ain't in your circle. Well, at least it is for me. Because without social media, I wouldn't have met Mo. I wouldn't have met Darren and Crystal. I wouldn't have met a lot of people. Use that to your advantage. See, there are some things that I thought to be true until Cinnamon said it ain't true. Mo said it ain't true. Oh, shit. Well, once you reach outside your circle, your horizon becomes expanded. Your knowledge base increases because too many times we think that the world is what we know. But we ain't been nowhere. We've been around our circle the whole time. Reach out. And you know who will let you in almost any conversation? People you walk up to and you show respect. You can't walk up to a group of men and in business suits talking about money and shit. Yo, what's up, my motherfuckers? What y'all got going on? They're going to judge you. They are going to profile you. Even if they look like you, they are going to profile you. Profiling is what we do all the time. We do it automatically. We know whether or not we want people around us. We know if we want them in our circle. We know who we just need to put up with to get something done. You don't want to be, we need to make this where people glad to have you around. When people say, oh, damn, you know, this young brother's a sponge. People want to talk to him because he's taking in information. He's taking in information. You know, people say, well, why do you do this? Why you don't like these people? Why you don't like that person? Well, I said it before and I said it again. Anybody who I deem to be a threat to my circle or my race, I will call out. Now, people say lots of crazy shit, and I don't say nothing because I really don't care. But you know, when I started talking about Rick Ross and his song about Molly, everybody loved Rick Ross because he got a little funky bass line. Nice music, but the minute he made that song, I put him on a different list. Why do you need to make a song about drugging women and having sex with them? People sing this out loud. What do we always say? If you say stuff, you can make it true. Do I want my daughter hanging around guys who singing songs about popping mollies? Nope. So I'm canceling them because words have power. Words have power. Oh man, they just having fun. What did Mo say? There's certain shit you do when you're in the confines of your own home, your own circle that you don't do out in public. There's certain shit I do in my house. Hey, if you see the way I'm dressed now, I wouldn't dress like this outside, but y'all can only see from the waist up.
What you trying to say, man?
I'm just trying to say. I'm saying what you said. Don't start on be none. What we do publicly is for the people to see. Because we are being judged constantly. We're being judged on how we act, how we talk, how we carry ourselves. You know, I went to Sam's the other day to get some stuff, and I seen a lady in one of them little power scooters, and I guess she was with her daughter, and they got like 5-6 cases of water, some heavy stuff. And I was like, I said, ma'am, I don't want to be a threat, but let me get that. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for y'all to know my mama and tell my mama, your son walked by us and didn't help us with that water. And they just looked at me at first. You know, I'm grabbing the water, putting it in, the lady just looked at me. She's like, wow, she said, I didn't think men did that anymore. Damn. And it's crazy because as I think about it, on my way to her, 5 or 6 guys walked by her, younger than me. They ain't got nothing in their hand but some chips and some bread, but you can't take 45 seconds out of your day to help a woman who's in an electric wheelchair and another older woman lift the water out of their basket.
All right, hold on. You got to hear the other side because I can't be in everybody's shoes, but you know, I do that too, right? So I went to ask, I helped this little older lady with her groceries, man, and she kind of clenched up and kind of screamed a little, and I was just like, I was just trying to help you, ma'am. I was just trying to help you. So listen, that could be some people's experience, I know, I'm just want to point that out.
But what I said, I said something first because I don't want them. If they feel a certain way, I'm gonna keep moving. Yeah, because I've learned, and it is society. We can't just help. Well, before it was the norm. Now everybody gotta be scared somebody gonna steal from them. So that's why I spoke first. And again, words have power. Because I said, hey ladies, not yo, what's up? Because yo, what's up sounds a little. It sounds. What's so threatening about yo, what's up? Nothing. If you're talking to teenagers, if you're talking to older women, yo, what's up sounds a little hoodish. It sounds like stick your hands up. But and it's all in the approach. Well, and some people ain't gonna appreciate it, and you just gotta keep moving. But that don't mean you change who you are for them. You don't change who you are for people. Be you all the time. If they don't want what you bringing, then keep walking. If they say they don't need my help, guess what? I wasn't finna sit there and make them take my help. But I would be remiss in not trying to help 2 women who I thought were in over their heads with heavy stuff. Go ahead, Mo.
No, I want to qualify what you said because I don't think we can be who we are all the time. We can't do it. I don't think we can do it because, when I go to work, I put on a certain face just so I can exist in that environment. when I go certain places, I put on a certain face so I can exist in those environments. So it's just like, go ahead, D. You were gonna say something?
Okay, let me clarify. If you're a good dude, be a good dude all the time. If you're a gentleman, be a gentleman all the time. As most, with certain people, I'm more open to conversation. Others, I'm not. But they can't take away the goodness in me. No woman can make me treat her bad because she does something. What she can make me do is walk away from her. But I'm not finna sit there and get in a shouting match because you don't like what I'm doing. If the ladies would have said, we don't need your help, I wouldn't have said something like, oh, stinking bitch, not anybody want to help y'all no way. See, that's making me be something that I claim that I'm not.
Yeah.
But that meant that was already in me. So if they would have declined it, I would have just smiled and told them to have a nice day and kept moving. And that's what I mean by be who you are. If you're an honorable person, you're gonna always be an honorable person.
Yeah, keep your true character.
Yeah, because nobody can't no woman that you're in a relationship through words alone make you hit her or disrespect her. She can't make you do it. Now, she may make you lose your religion. She may make you say some words that you probably shouldn't say. But there is nothing that she could say that's going to cause you to put your hands on her. That means that was in you all along. Mo been married, I'm married. Sometimes we don't like our wives. And we smile and we hold our head down and we mumble like we was talking to our mom. And we go to another room. And then some time passed. And depending on how we feel about it, ladies, don't get mad at me, but Mo know this, the easy way to break an argument is say, baby, you hungry. What happened when you ask me if they hungry, Mo?
Oh, yeah.
All is forgiven.
Oh, yeah.
And the same thing, when there's some arguments you have and Mo go to his room and his wife will come down there and give him a tray. She ain't gonna kiss him. She ain't gonna smile at it. She gonna say, here go dinner. Because that's a peace offering. And we can't overlook what it is. And it's okay. But there's no disrespect. Everybody go and calm down. But guess what? The unit is still intact. It's just a little friction. But it ain't nothing that's gonna cause no mad drama. Because Mo ain't finna get mad enough not to. He ain't gonna eat and not get her something.
Oh,
that's a fight he can't win. But if he had any semblance that he might have been in the wrong, he gonna go get what she like to eat best. Babe, I'm going to Applebee's. You want something? Knowing she like the Applebee's, whatever. Knowing she like that meal. Oh, you trying to get in good with me? Is that a yes or a no? Yeah, I want something, but this don't mean we good. Okay, whatever.
Oh yeah.
But we know this. There's no need to be disrespectful. Nobody can make you be that if that's not who you are. Your feet work. Your feet work. We can walk away from so many things. Walking away ain't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Learning to hold your tongue is a sign of strength. Because I'm sure Mo don't want to cuss out many a person at work, at home. But sometimes the best thing you can say is nothing. Remember when I said at the start of the show, just because something is true don't mean you have to say it. Just because it crosses your mind does not mean you have to say it. Discernment tells you, what are the consequences behind me saying this? What is it going to accomplish?
And let me tell you this. One of the best lessons I learned, man, when I used to work in this pizza shop for this Italian guy that came from Italy. And this cat, man, he just had certain mannerisms that I really respected. And the one thing I remember, this is along the lines of what we just talking about. One thing I remember was people would come in the pizza shop, all belligerent and angry and yell at him. You know what this guy would do, man? All he would do was he'd look at him, then he'd look down and walk away. And I was like, at first, when I first saw it, I was like, what's going on? But then later on, I realized that it was his way of not allowing them to manipulate him. And also, if you come into him disrespectful, I'm not even going to engage you. That's a skill, man.
Yeah.
That's a skill because, most people come up and hit you. What you going to do? Try to hit them back.
Want to hit them back.
Yeah. No, that's a skill, man. If you can develop that, trust me, you can save yourself a lot of stress, a lot of strife, be at peace, a lot of different things.
And what you find out is you got secret admirers because they wish they could do that. So they start trying to figure out how you do it.
Yeah, that's the case.
And that's one of them skills that, we try to learn. And some of us, it take a while. But learning how to take that power back is a skill in and of itself, which is why I push that we have got to learn to start publicly respecting each other first. When people see us respecting each other, guess what? They will come on and do the same thing because they see that is what they say, when in Romans do as the Romans do. If everybody being respectful, you stand out with your crazy talk. You stand out with it. We talking to each other like grown men and women, and here you come with that, yo, MFers, yo, these bitches are, you know, I was having a conversation with a guy and he loved to use the word female. When I hear guys say females, to me, I still hear bitch. These females, who are these females? These women? Why do you feel the need to call them females? Unless you're saying males and females at the same time. To me, it's derogatory. I don't know how the women feel about it. I just don't like when they say females. Call them women, call them ladies. Hey, Rhonda D. Miss Sweet Treats, I hope that means you got food. We're gonna have to taste some of your stuff. Food. Sometimes y'all might be going other places. But these are skills that we can learn, and this is what we have to start doing. We have to start publicly respecting. We have to start publicly denouncing people who show disrespect. We can't just let it keep going by and don't say nothing. When you know, I've seen people on threads, and this one thing, I want y'all to pay attention. When y'all on Facebook, watch and see how quick some of these men are to disrespect a woman. But when a guy says something on the same thread, they will ignore the guy's comments because they won't get into it with a guy. But they quickly keep wanting to call a woman a name. But when a guy steps up, oh, you simping, you trying to get this, you trying to, no, brother, I'm telling you, wrong for being disrespectful. You don't have to agree with what she's saying, but there's no need to call out her name. There's no need to do all of that. None. If you don't like her point, this is Facebook. You got options. Log off, block her, unfollow her, all kind of shit. All kinds. How did you pick disrespect out of that option?
Man, you know, it's occurring to me just being here, you know, having this discussion. We need like a black constitution. You know how they got the constitution that regulates all the rules and laws and everything. We need our black constitution, man, so we can say, listen, when it comes to parenting, these are some rules you can follow or some guidelines you can follow. When it comes to, you know, men and women, here's some guidelines you can follow, you know, because some of that stuff you talked about, you know, we shouldn't be doing that. You don't talk about women. Your grandmother, you know, listen, we all had grandmothers. You know, your grandmother didn't raise you that way. If you would have talked to her that way, she would have hit you with that damn ping pong paddle.
No, she got you with that skillet. Grandmas had skillets. They didn't have no ping pong paddle. They had skillets. Oh
yeah, should have hit you with something, but you know, you got to get away from that, man. That doesn't help in any way, shape, or form. And you know, a lot of times I think that the way that works out is somebody's frustrated from something else. You know, especially like the men. I know a lot of the men are frustrated just from, if I just want to go back in history, you know, just things that get roadblocks that get thrown in the way. You know, things that get thrown on their back. You know, you did this, you did that. And, you know, I'm not even guilty of that. You know, those kind of things get in the way, but you gotta be able to control yourself, and you gotta be able to, you know, manage yourself. That's key.
And you got to realize that sometimes the best thing you can do, and I found myself having to do this a lot as I got older and I became more rebellious. Sometimes you just gotta shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
And process it first. Process it. Just because it's what you feel at the moment does not mean it's right. And you know, I always quote my dad. He said, sometimes you gotta do what make you feel good, and that was right. And I learned that too. But again, you have to learn there are consequences for everything you do, some good, some bad. There's some consequences that I knew were going to be bad for me. I chose to live with. When I do this, when I respond in this way, it's going to cost me a 4-day suspension. But damn, looking at my little savings account, it says I've saved up enough for a 30-day suspension. So guess what? I'm going for the feel-good moment because I can afford this. But when I couldn't afford it, guess what I did? Church mouse. Church mouse. You got to understand this, because I can't get suspended and say, yo, Mo, I got suspended, man. Can you lend me $2,000 to pay my rent? Mo gonna be like, He gonna try to be political at first. He gonna be like, "What you get suspended for?" The answer gonna be no, regardless. I don't know why he got to ask me what I got suspended for. He ain't gonna give me the money.
That's a delay tactic, man.
Right. Man, they said some shit that was disrespectful. You know, I don't play the disrespect. And Mo gonna reach in his political bag. He gonna say, "D, do you play homeless?" I'm like, "Nah." He said, "Well, then don't be disrespectful." For real, that how we doing this? Oh, you ain't gonna stand by your boy? But sometimes you gotta understand that when you do something, there's a cost to pay. Are you in a position where you can pay that cost? If not, govern yourselves accordingly. If so, do what you gotta do. And this is part of life. This is something that you may not get at 20, that you may not get to 40 or 50. But again, everything you think, whether it's true or not, does not need to be said. We don't need to keep judging other people. Clean up your own household first. Make sure your shit running smooth. Then go to your block. Then go to your HOA. Start cleaning up here first. And then once you got a good program, you can take it further. But you can't be like, "Oh, I tied my shoes up. I'm gonna tell the whole world how to tie shoes." No, that's not how it works. You about to say something, brother?
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, man, I spent some time in corporate, and corporate can be real disrespectful, man. I'm telling you, it's not, you could basically call me a street kid. I come from the street, so you go into the boardroom and you in corporate with people, and people are talking to you any way they want to. They don't understand, but they don't understand, and there was this one meeting where that happened, and I kept trying to talk, somebody kept cutting me off. They cut me off like 3 times, man. Third time, the angry black man came out. I scared the hell out of the whole room. And then my boss wanna talk to me after and say, why are you acting like this? I said, "Listen, man, I tried to be respectful, but people took advantage of that. So I guess this is what they want. This is how I need to function in this space." So, my point in saying all that is just that you just got to be careful, where you are, and, kind of try to manage it properly. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I didn't really care how they looked at me, because at that time, I was the angry black man. I was done. You know what I mean?
And we can't lose sight of that. Sometimes, every now and then, you need to drop a level just to show people that it's still in you. Because sometimes some people only respond. When I used to teach, when I taught cops, I would tell cops all the time, when we bust in the house and do this, I always start with the Queen English. When people show you they don't understand it, you can drop down. But you can't bust in somebody's house saying, "Get down, MFers, get down, MFers," because you can't get your respect back. But when you walk on the first time, "Hey, I need everybody down." Then you got one guy looking at you, "Dude, sit your ass down." But start here and work down. Don't start at the bottom and try to work your way up. It doesn't work like that. And as most say, in professional settings, it typically doesn't work like that. Start here, and when they don't respect this, don't keep trying to raise the bar. Go on and let them know. But understand who you're talking to and what it is you have to lose in case shit go wrong. Because there are times when you realize it's time for a fresh start. But you need to have control of that narrative. Don't give it to somebody else. Don't give people the power to replace you if you do not want to be replaced yet. It's okay to regroup and formulate a plan. It's okay. There's nothing, and I shouldn't tell you this, there's nothing like sweet revenge. There's nothing like plotting 6, 7 months, 2 years to get somebody who is disrespectful. You're gonna get their guard down, but you don't have to lose your stuff because of them. It's okay. I plotted several times because I knew my response is not gonna get me anything worthwhile. I will feel good, but I will be homeless. So homelessness wasn't an option for me. So I wrote down, because I'm a fan of writing, I wrote down what they did to me. I put on my little sticky card and I plotted. Before I die, I'm going to get them back. It took me 2 years, 2 months, and 12 days to get one lady back. When I got her, it was better than sex. She never saw it coming. And she couldn't control herself because she thought I had bowed down. I was just waiting for my time. Patience is a virtue. I tell you, it's the only virtue I got is patience. It's the only one I got. And it's okay. Because I hear people say, oh, I ain't finna let nobody disrespect me. What is disrespect and what is it causing you? If let me see. If Cinnamon disrespects me, Cinnamon, my girl, if she disrespects me, is it gonna cause me to get put out? No. So if she disrespects me, I got choices. I could block Cinnamon. I could unfollow Cinnamon. I don't have to deal with Cinnamon. So why would I say something on this? We're gonna use this venue right here. This is my show. Why would I let somebody make a comment in my show that will cause me to lose my audience? Who won that battle? I told her, I didn't. But then everybody looking at me like, damn, this dude talk all this shit, but then look at him. As soon as a woman say something, he go off the hinges. So I just lost everybody who was with me. I just lost everybody who was with me. Where Cinema could say something, I'm gonna smile at it. I'm gonna go over to the little 3 dots and hit delete comment. That's all. Most of y'all won't even know if I delete a comment. Cinema gonna be the only somebody who knows. See, it's one of the things I learned about having my own show. I can just delete a comment. Just like that. Y'all gonna miss it. But whose respect did I lose by deleting a comment? Mo didn't even see the comment. Rhonda ain't seen the comment. Ain't nobody saw it. Do I have to say something? Oh, that's why I deleted your comment, you stupid MF. Mo gonna be like, D, really? He gonna shoot me in inbox. He ain't gonna say it out loud because he respectful like that. He gonna be like, D, really? What I do? Why you know? Were you on the show and I had to take a drink when the guy upset me?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I apologize, but you know, and Mo didn't even say nothing. And my wife said something. She's like, he wasn't gonna say nothing. He know you was right. And I was like, damn. I said, you know, one of y'all still should have, you know, pinched me on the leg or something. He's like, nah. He kept asking for it. You know, she's like, you tried hard not to do nothing. And I was like, damn. I went back and I was watching that. I just held my head in shame. But she said, you know, you apologize. I was like, yeah. I shouldn't have let him get me there. But I don't like when people try to keep attacking people for the wrongest reason. And every now and then, you know, my warrior hat gets kicked on because I ain't a king. I'd rather be a warrior. I'm willing to fight for mine. I'm willing to help the woman that I don't know with a flat tire. And I ain't gonna exchange names, phone numbers, or nothing. If I ain't got my suit on, if I got my street clothes on, I'm gonna change that tire, get back in my car and keep it moving. Not solely because I'm a good guy, but because I have Trina, I have a mother, I have a daughter, they drive. I would want somebody to help them if they got a flat tire if I couldn't get there. I'm not a fan of karma, but if we're gonna use karma, I prefer that karma be what's presented for me and my circle. Remember, people give what you give them. You know, what you put out, you get back. So somebody may see Trina and be like, yo, hello, Trina, that's Dee's wife. So let me help her. They don't know her, they help her on the strength of me. And it's been many a time that, you know, my son went somewhere and he said, yo, Dad, your reach is strong. I said, what happened? He said, man, I was getting out of pocket. I found myself getting drunk and one security guards came and grabbed me and I knew I was wrong. And he made me sit in the car and took my keys and I was finna argue with him. And you know, I was finna fight him. And he said, don't make me call your daddy. And you know what I did? He said, I sat down and took a nap. And he said, hour and a half later, he knocked on the window, gave my keys back and told me to make it home safe. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. He said, yeah. He said, when he said he was going to tell you, I looked at him different then because he didn't want me to know he was acting out. This is the power of community. You know, when people notice you got a good image, they're going to try to keep everybody else in your circle having a good image. And he told me who it was, and I went and thanked him. He's like, he looked at me, the security dude, he started laughing. He said, I wasn't even going to say nothing because, you know, he said he was a little hot at first, but after I took the keys, he ain't say nothing. I said, yeah, because you told me you was going to tell his daddy. He know his daddy don't play them kind of game. But he wasn't going to tell me after he calmed down. But it's the image that I put out of being a good dude that made him look out for my son. That's it. And this is what we got to start doing, showing people that we are that group of people who will protect each other, whether we know each other in a familiar way or not, that we know that we good. We know that if I go to a club, if I see some dudes harassing a woman, I don't need to know who she is or who she's sleeping with. All I need to know is she ain't got no business being harassed. Well, she did it. Okay, walk away from it. But you ain't got no business putting your hands on her. You need to call out them names, player. If you don't give her a ride home, that's fine. We can get her Uber up out of here. Who is she to you? You must be trying to get in her pants. Is that the basic comeback line for every time a man stand up for a woman, that he's trying to get in her pants? No. I'm sure Mo has done good deeds for women for no reason whatsoever. I'm sure most women have had a man, a stranger, do something for them for no reason whatsoever. Didn't ask for a phone number, didn't try to fill on a boobie or nothing. He just did it because that's who he is. And it made them appreciate the males in their life or in their circle so much more. Because I don't know too many women that ain't had a stranger do something for them and require nothing in return. Or if they required something, it was a thank you or a smile. Why shouldn't they get it if they're a good woman? If they behave themselves in a way that's admirable and elegant. We like doing stuff for women. Why do we hold the door open for certain women? Why do we act a certain way around certain women? Because they behave in a way that demands it without being demanding. When we see a sharply dressed woman who got a head held high and her spine straight, Mo, don't you want to hold the door for her?
Yeah, man. You know, the thing is, I look at those ladies, you know, when it's a lady, I look at those ladies as, you know, I think to myself, if my lady was out or my mom was out, how would I want somebody to treat her? You know what I mean? So that's why I do those things.
And like I said, sometimes you find yourself holding open for a woman who a little bit further away just because of the elegance that she exudes. It's exactly. Like, damn, you know, they put out that image, which is why how we look does matter. Any of y'all who have ever flown, understand you get better treatment when you got on hard bottom shoes on a collared shirt. They don't know who you are. All they can judge you by is what they see. The better image you put out, the better you will get treated. You know, a man, not of color, once told me, and I learned this: dress for the position you want, not for the position you got. And I had to think about that. Well, what does that mean? Just because you want to work at Burger King don't mean you got to walk around in sneakers. And this is when you grow. This is when you're older, not when you're 18 or 19. But you know, I'm working at the club doing my thing, and I had people walk up to me and say, "You must do this. Let me give you a card because I need your services." Just because of the way I was dressed, even though I was technically a bouncer, they like the whole suit and tie thing. Do you do private protection? Yeah, it's like I like the way you dress. I like how you handle yourself. That's how I picked up a lot of business, just visual. I saw you go over there and handle that problem. That guy was getting a little loud. What'd you say to him? Because he just quieted right down. But nothing. I just told him, you know, ain't no fun. He won't be around. He can't hang around a bunch of pretty women if he's sitting out in the parking lot. Nobody wants to be out in the parking lot. All the pretty women in the club. I just told him, you know, if he keep acting up, he's gonna have to go to the parking lot. That's all you said? I mean, of course I said a little bit more, but they see me, they see the image, they see the end results. They like what they see. And you gotta present that image that you want people to look up to. I ain't saying wear no suit to the grocery store, people. Don't get carried away. Because I will go out the house like this. Mo will go out the house like that. But when Mo go to work looking like that, it's because it's on the weekend and he think ain't nobody there. But I guarantee when he going around a crowd of people for an event, that ain't what he wearing. That ain't what he wearing. He want to look the part. He wants to be that guy. Even if he's amongst other that guys. We want to still look like men.
And that's your nonverbal communication for, you know, I'm somebody you want to bestow respect to, and I give it back to you. You know, when you look like that, that's what it indicates. Yeah.
Because again, we're visual creatures. 80% of our perceptions come from what we see. If you don't look the part, we can't put you in the part.
Right.
If you don't look the part, we can't put you there.
And you know, since it's random thoughts, we can jump around. So I just say, you know, along with that, and don't throw eggs and apples at D. Don't throw them at me. But this is the same conversation that goes along with how women dress. I know women are like, don't tell me what to do, don't tell me what to wear. But the same thing we're talking about right now, it's the same thing. If you want to be approached a certain way, if you want to be, talked to or dealt with a certain way, if you dress a certain way, that guarantees that. But if you don't, there ain't no guarantees.
And if you're not sure, I tell all the guys, fellas, find a woman that you trust who will give you good information. Ask her questions. Don't ask your girlfriend because you're going to think that they biased. Don't ask your mom or your sister. Find another woman that you trust to give you good information. Ladies, find the guy that you trust. When you're not sure about your outfit, ask that guy. He will tell you. And because you respect him, you will take it from him better than you will your boyfriend who say, hey, babe, you shouldn't wear that. Oh, you're trying to control me. Well, go call Willie and send Willie a picture. Willie gonna be like, yo, you trying to get divorced? And when Willie say that, then you willing to relook at your outfit because you don't realize what it's saying. And we do the same thing. That's why we need outside sources. And a lot of times it just doesn't work with the person that we're in a relationship with because they got to tell us stuff. They don't mean it. They got to tell us because they're supposed to love us, or they're trying to be controlling. It's hard for us to get to a point where we can see it as them actually trying to help us. That's something that you work toward when you truly hit that friendship level in your relationship. And then you can talk to each other. It's almost that time. Last example, because I'm the typical man in certain fashions, like Mo, when women tell us problems, we're looking for solutions. That's a problem in a relationship. Sometimes when women are talking to us, they just want us to listen. We are not good listeners for women that we care about. We want to solve a problem. So you know what we have to do? I had to say, Trina, when you want me to be your friend, say this first and allow me to listen as a man, as your friend, and not your husband or boyfriend. And that releases so many problems because we typically don't know how to listen as friends. Because when our woman tell us something wrong, we going straight into fix it mode. But sometimes women don't need fixing. They just need a voice to talk to. Go ahead, brother.
I gotta say that I gotta get this off my chest, man. I hope y'all was taking notes because he just gave y'all a gold nugget. Trust me on that. Somebody who's been married 20 years, that's a gold nugget right there. Because us dudes, we're always trying to be like, okay, what's wrong? How do I fix it? And sometimes your lady just wants you to listen, man. That's it. And you guys don't know how to handle that, man. We like, what I gotta do? What's next?
Yeah. And that's one of the things. So it's 7:57, so it's time for me to do what I do so I don't get no nasty messages. So I'm gonna let Mo give his outro and his parting shots. Go ahead, Mo, do your thing.
All right, y'all. I just want to say, man, we gotta keep meeting, man, because keep sharing information, keep working together so we can all benefit. There's the knowledge and sharing. What we're doing right now is what we lost from not having our books, not reading our books, not coming together as a community. We need to do that. This is what DVP allows us to do. Let's keep doing that.
And tell them about your books now.
Okay. Oh, anybody that wanna read, I got a couple of good books. I'm an author, 2-time, 3-time author. I got a couple books. You can reach me on Facebook, Mo Triplet. They're free, man. I'll send them to you. You can check them out on Amazon. I won't go through the names and all that right now, but once you get in touch with me, I can tell you more about it.
And tell them about metaphysics.
Oh, okay. And I got a group on Facebook. If you know any young men, man, I'm trying to, the stuff that me and D are doing right now, we're talking to adults, but our young people, our young boys, the young women, they need information as well. So I put a group together so we could do kind of a share pool for the young people. It's called Survival Metaphysics. That's on Facebook too, Survival Metaphysics.
And if you want to be put in the group, reach out to me, reach out to him. We'll put you in the group. Like I said, we just trying to get ideas so we can make it better for the next generation. We got too much good information between those who want to, that we need to find ways to share it so that sometimes adults need good information to share. I'm DVP, of course. I'm the host of the show. I want to thank Mo. Mo is my guy. He always got, he got an open invitation. I hate stalking him sometimes to make him come on the show, but it is what it is. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all got something y'all want to talk about, even if I don't know about it, send it to me. If it's something that you want to discuss, Inbox me. I want people who can talk about things. Let me be a host sometimes and ask questions. I don't know the answer to everything. Hell, I don't know the answer to a lot of stuff, but I'm passionate. I'm truly passionate about us becoming better, but about us becoming more respectful, about us getting to the next level without worrying about what they are doing. So we do this, and I love to have uncomfortable conversations, but I'm always talking about accountability and responsibility. And one of the things that my team requires of me, which I love, is I can't bring a problem if I don't bring up some solutions. And that's what I need you guys for. I don't have all the solutions. Help me come up with solutions so that we can find something that can affect the majority. The more solutions we got, the more people that we can help get through a certain point. So I do this every Wednesday. I probably won't do it next Wednesday because it's Thanksgiving. But we do this every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Dude, we got 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. What are you talking about?
Oh, damn. I don't know why I thought it was next week. Okay, crazy. Okay, well, hell, I'm gonna be back next week. Thank you. See, there's again, did y'all hear my producer talking? Hey, speaking of that, I want to thank Roy. Roy's my producer. Follow my JBN. If you want to do a show, get at me or Roy. If you want to do a show and you ain't sure how to do it, this is what I'm willing to do for you. I'm willing to help you. I will help you through a show. I will let you come on my show, or I will come to your show and help you get through it to learn how to kill dead time and keep it moving. But get with Roy. This is what he does. It's 8 o'clock. I'm sure he'll give me 2 more minutes. I left and came back. The grass wasn't green on the other side. I like the way Roy's shit smell better than other people's shit. But he's good about this. He allows me to have uncomfortable conversations. We're unapologetically Black, which has nothing to do with being anti-white. We just believe in promoting the Blackness. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we are not going to degrade anybody else in that process. This is what we do. Like I said, I do this on Wednesdays. I need for y'all to send most of the messages to tell him to show up more often without me having to stalk him, just cause. But if y'all want to talk about it, let me know. I'm gonna get Cinnamon on here. We're gonna talk about some stocks and stuff. Ari's gonna help me with some politics and some other stuff, but we're gonna slowly but surely, we're gonna get you there. And as Mo said, sometimes I'm gonna give you too much information, but I ain't above being asked questions, whether you know me personally or not. My inbox is open. If you got my number, do your thing. Just realize sometimes I'm a little slow. I'm not on Facebook every day. So if I don't answer your message, it's just because I'm not on that day. All right. So I want to thank Mo again. I want to thank all y'all for letting me in y'all living room, your car, whatever it is that I don't want to know nothing about because I don't want to have to turn state on some of y'all. I thank y'all for spending some time with me because I know you could have been doing something else. And I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all for giving me the 60,000 followers. Man, y'all don't know how much I appreciate y'all. I appreciate Roy for making me do this. This was extremely uncomfortable for me when I first started. But again, I was tasked with doing something out of the ordinary. And this is where I am. So jambalaya, I hope you can cook because I'm gonna ask you for some food. And I hope all my newcomers come back. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Another last thing, for the newcomers, I don't need to be patted on the back. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. But if there's a way that you think I can improve the show, inbox me and tell me how you think I can make the show a little bit better. I'm always looking to be better. And I take advice. Don't just criticize me. If you got a critique, tell me how you think I can make it better. That's all I ask for. All right. So with that being said, Roy, you got anything you want to share about my JBN and what we got coming up in the future, other than soon we're going to let y'all be able to call in and talk to me. But that's on me because sometimes I don't want to take phone calls. Roy, you got anything you want to share?
We're just going to be getting ready, man. Opportunities. Actually, we may be running a special for people interested in doing pre-recorded shows who want to come on. So if they want to do a talk show that's a pre-recorded, we'll turn into a podcast for you. That'll be a little less expensive than what we do live. So some of those opportunities, because we are getting ready to also put a fundraiser into place. I absolutely hate Kickstarters. So we're going to ask you to get something. We're going to give you something for your support besides what we do for you. But we'll be bringing that info out soon.
All right, that's what's up. And if you want to advertise on the show, the only thing I'm going to tell you is I need to get your product first. If you want me to advertise it, if you want my JBN to advertise it, get with Roy. It's Roy M. Evans, the third or the second. Which one is it, Roy? I just know Roy M. Evans.
Roy Mitchell Evans the second, and Evans is EAVINS on Facebook. Or just do at my JBN1 on Facebook.
Or do it my JBN. Either one of those if you want to run ads on the show. Because I'm gonna get to be big time. We're gonna go back to running commercials. All right. I think that's it for right now.
That ain't big time. That's just you talking all the time.
So what?
So that ain't you being big time. That's you talking all the time. You talk through all the commercial breaks.
Damn. Did I just get put in timeout and didn't even realize it? Hey man, I'm finna go. Y'all know what it is. I'm finished with my blue almost. So until next week, peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and I'm out.